Welcome back to Soul Renovation. I'm Adeline Atlas, 7 times published author. It's only delusional until it works. Definition: delusion is how the world labels vision they can't comprehend yet. But once that vision becomes reality, it's no longer called delusion. It's called genius. It's only delusional until it works. That's the reality of playing this game with vision. The line between madness and brilliance is razor thin. And the truth is, most people can't tell the difference until the results show up in real time. They call you unrealistic, unhinged, too intense, too obsessed, until it starts working. Then suddenly, you're visionary, gifted, ahead of your time. But they didn't say that when you were in the trenches. They didn't clap when you were building it in the dark. That's the test. Can you stay consistent when the world sees failure where you see future? Delusion is just the label society gives to someone who refuses to obey the limits of collective doubt. You know why they call you crazy? Because they've never done anything radical themselves. They live inside the lines. They pray inside boxes. They think inside frameworks that were never designed for expansion, only for maintenance. So the moment you step outside that grid, you become a problem. You threaten their comfort. You challenge their beliefs. You mirror their fears. And that's why so many people stop. Because nobody warns you that building something real often feels like delusion. You're betting on a version of yourself you haven't seen yet. You're speaking about results you haven't touched yet. You're showing up for a mission that only you heard the call for. That takes a level of internal certainty most people never cultivate. It takes spiritual stamina. Because when you tell people, I'm going to write that book, I'm going to build that brand, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to break this curse and shift my whole bloodline, they don't see what you see. They haven't sat with the vision. They haven't felt the blueprint in their spirit. So of course they'll doubt it. And if you're not grounded, their doubt becomes your delay. But remember this, results are the loudest rebuttal. They laughed at Noah for building an ark in sunshine. They called Tesla a madman. They told Oprah she didn't have the look. They told Musk he was playing fantasy. And you? They'll say you're dreaming too big, too wild, too intense. Let them talk. Your job isn't to convince them. Your job is to outlive their opinion. Your job is to stay in motion long enough to turn delusion into data. Because once it works, they rewrite the narrative. They say they always knew. They say it makes sense now. But the ones who survive the ridicule are the ones who stop waiting for permission. You have to be able to walk through ridicule, resistance, rejection, and keep building anyway. You have to train your nervous system to hold the weight of being misunderstood. That's the price of originality. That's the toll for vision. And let's not get it twisted. You're not here to blend in. You're here to build what hasn't been built. That's going to look like madness until it manifests. It's going to feel like delusion until one day it doesn't. Until the business launches. Until the book sells. Until the podcast hits. Until the stage calls. Until the money lands. And then suddenly you're not crazy. You're consistent. You're not wild. You're wise. You're not delusional. You're divine. The problem is that most people want evidence before they take action. But you're taking action before there's evidence. And that's faith in motion. That's what separates players from spectators. Because anyone can believe when it's working. Can you believe when it's not? Can you post the content when no one's liking it? Can you record the message when no one's listening? Can you write the vision when everyone's doubting? That's how legacies are built. Quietly, faithfully, repeatedly. Delusion only exists in the gap between belief and results. Once the results hit, they'll rename it. But don't wait for them to catch up. Don't wait for them to approve. Don't wait for them to understand. This is your vision, your assignment, your inner knowing, and no external voice gets to overrule what God downloaded into your spirit. So here's what you do. Keep building, keep speaking, keep becoming. And when they say you're delusional, say thank you, because that means you're still ahead of the curve. That means your vision is too big to fit in their view. And that means you're exactly where you're supposed to be. They'll see it when it works. But you need to see it now. There's more on the other side. The School of Soul Vault holds the deeper layers, the raw truths, the tools you didn't even know you needed. Join us inside.